Hey there, guys and girls. Welcome to this TGW update for February 2020. Almost said 2019 there. So, it's been a little while since I've done an update on the server, which we're connected to at the moment. And I figured I would spend some time to give it. So, one of the things people may have noticed is you don't actually get a view like this all of the time in actual game anymore. And we get some feedback towards the good, some feedback towards the bad when it comes to this. And I want to explain the reasoning behind why we made this change, because as people who were on over Christmas knows, we turned Fog of War back on for a little while and then we removed it about late January, beginning of February again. So when you actually are in a role, we'll go to the Stennis here and just sit out on it. You get this view, which is allies only, other than the little markers for items. And some people complain because, well, I can't, it's like, I can't plan my bombing, I can't plan my missions. There's a reason for this. Every time we go back to Fog of War, because the fact we are a PvP and PvE server, meaning that we focus on both, and the focus is meant to be even, people just watch for players and simply bullseye for them. You can watch it happen. You can ask people and they will admit that that's what they're doing. And while I partly understand the reason for it, that's not what we intended with the server. The server is meant to be a balance between the two. So we turned it back to this. Now, does this mean that if you're trying to do combined arms or anything like that, you run into problems? Yes. But let's be clear of another issue at the moment. Combined arms causes servers to crash. So every time you do a routing with this, down here, there appears to be very much a crash occurring. It's caused primarily by the routing. Eagle Dynamics has been brought aware of the problem, and we, just have to wait and see if they fix it. The other problem that most people have noticed on and commented on and complained about left, right and centre is this happening, which is units getting stuck. There's no other way of saying it. You get units that are like this, stuck inside buildings. You know, this one's inside the building, this one's on top of the building, this one's stuck in the side. You can have them stuck on the veranda, you can have them stuck on any of the ones that are circular over. You can have them doing this where they think that they're tanks, that they're submarines, and it's a pain in the ass. I'm not going to pull any punches on it. It's annoying. However, the thing here is that there's not a lot that can be done about it. I've reported this to Eagle. I've asked when it's going to be fixed. I've been told that it will be fixed. They've confirmed that this is happening. You don't have to just be on my server to see this happening. And yeah, it's just, we can't do anything more than that. It's bad enough we can't move mass amounts of units without desync happening because of DCS. It's even worse when you have your missions breaking because of this, because this is just lazy pathfinding, and I don't care if I upset Eagle by saying as much. And I've only got two ways of fixing this. I can either come in each time it happens, take control of the unit. Now we have to move the unit. can see occasionally we have issues doing so. And now the laugh here is these units know that this is not how they're meant to be. Do you want to know how we know these units know that this isn't how they're meant to be? Watch what happens when we go to this unit, which was stuck inside the building. Bang, it bounces out. The moment you go into it, it tries to fix itself. And the moment it's fixed, the units start trying to work properly. But, again, we've got more stuck units up here. And they're backed up like this. I mean, this is frustrating. There's no other way of putting this. You know, we've got units stuck on each other, we've got units not pathing properly, and people complain about it because the core of Red Iberia, of course, is the fact that we have a war going on between Gadada and Sukumi. So we have a war going on between here and here. And if the units aren't working properly, then how's the war meant to work properly? Well, sadly, there's not a lot we can do about this at the moment. We try and tell these to path on roads. Pathing seemed to break in the last update, and half the time they refuse. We've tried reducing the number of units and everything like that. There's not a lot we can do. And actually, I'm just going to pause the broadcast for a moment and use an admin command to fix these guys. Okay, so now we've used the admin commands, and these guys are now should hopefully route themselves a little bit better, but I shouldn't have to do it. Another factor that we have to look into and understand here is that how do you, now that this has happened, control and get missions and all of that stuff? Well, thankfully Moose allows us to get around this a little bit. So if we go and again grab a roll, wait for it to come up, you'll notice that every time you come in you get this information telling you that there's a spawn task or the like. This is generated based on what can be seen. You can come in, you can go parent menu, other, coalition command center, and you'll see this, and you can come to mission reports, you can ask for a task, or you can come here and you can go mark task location on the maps. So with these in, we've got a couple extra circles. This is showing us where the seed missions and the like, we can request that these be actually applied to us, and we'll get dynamic information as we go along. But I prefer just to use this area this way and hunt down the targets myself. The other one, of course, is that the factories now show up that Red needs to use, and these will give you information on various items after a satellite pass is done, which I think is about every 30 minutes or so. And you've got the command centers, which you can come and attack. The idea behind this is that you actually have to work to get the information. A little bit of fog of war there. Now, there is one other area where people will comment on, which is that Red side seems to have better AI in some respects, and that they also seem to have more of the attrition, while Blue just seems to continue to have cap flying, yada yada yada. Part of this is because we run the whole thing that Russia has its cap and its supplies coming in and its factories and the like here. We are actually on Russia's doorstep. Blue has a lot of NATO stuff pushing up and across, that type of deal. On top of this, we wanted to try and test bed the attrition system back in, because last time we had a lot of this in, for both sides it was causing issues. Finally, or well, not so much finally, I've got a couple of other bits we need to cover, but yeah, one of the other things is that now all of these SAM sites, so if we come back, select role, back to spectators. So all of these SAM sites, every one of them on both sides, so from this one here, which has been damaged, it's missing a track radar, and I know that because I'm one of the people who blew up one of the radars, through to these ones down here, and like they are all persistent now. You blow up a radar, it will stay dead. What this meant though is that we needed to make a way of people being able to put new SAM sites down, and you can now do this using CTLD. They will remain. As you can see, some Endeavour-ish people put down some book SAM sites and the like up here, which have been, by the looks of it, damaged. They've lost their radar. These can be repaired using the standard CTLD stuff. Same with this guy here, can be repaired using the standard CTLD stuff. Units can be dropped down with CTLD, etc, etc. One of the things we are looking at doing is making it so that this is very much more player driven, so that the armies require you to actually move them and act and respond using the player's input. I don't think there's much more that I need to cover at the moment. I plan on trying to see if I can't do monthly updates like this. Like always, if you've got any commands that you want to use that are on the website, you can do them using mark points, of course, not when you're in spectator mode. You actually have to be in. The Discord has a lot of these commands and the like listed for in there. It's also where we post any new information, and it's important if you're a regular on our server that you get on the Discord. I don't care if you talk to us, you don't have to, but it is important because we do a lot of our information on what's happening on there, as you can see here. So in here you can see a list of everything that has been updated on the server. You can see where you can report bugs, where you can suggest mission updates, and also when we run actual items. The other one is that this server is player supported. The members of TGW support this server. Some of them don't even actually have time to fly on this server at the moment, yet they support it. If you want to donate, you can do so by coming on the Discord, throwing me a message and going, hey, I want to donate. And I'll give you the details. It costs us $170 a month to keep the server up and running. And it covers the website, the DCS servers, and our Armour server. Though the Armour server is probably going to be going down because we're just not using it as much as we used to. Beyond that, we've got the new skins in, so they're available on our website. The skins cover a couple of airframes, so all of the 154th skins are on the website. We also have the
request rearming
Yukikaze skin.
Copy.
which we need them to rearm to put the proper fuel tank on. There we go. So we have the Yukikaze skin, which is this one just here, obviously. This is my actual personal skin, as you can see on the side. We have... I have to go to... It's easier for me to go to the US forces here.
Rearming complete.
Sorry, the RAF forces, I should say. So we'll go here, flight.
Enfield 5-1. Copper ready. Cleared for startup. Wind 181 at 7 meters per second. Request rearming.
We have Mez's 4-flight bomber.
Copy.
And
Request
we have
rearming.
Bode's
Copy.
Angry Fisherman, or the Fisherman of Death skin. And of course we've got all the other ones. We've also got our F-14 and everything up there. You can get to these by going to...
Rearming complete.
I will show this, just give me one moment. Okay, so if you come to Task Group Warrior .info, you'll probably get this. It'll just forward you to the new website. Most times we're just going to bypass that, okay, it's already done. So you'll come in here, you can see all of our monthly stretch goals, you can see any information we've posted up, including the FAQ, and of course a link to this video will be going up there when it's done and uploaded to YouTube. You can see our SOPs, which are our standard operating procedures, our rules and legals, but under downloads you have all of our libraries, along with various images showing them off. So we've got all our Hornet libraries, our A10 libraries, F-14, the old One Squadron fictional skin, etc, yada yada yada. You'll also find a link on here to our Discord down here if you need it, I believe, possibly. And also the information on the actual server itself here under Red Iberia. This will give you all of the commands, the cards, and the like. Anyway, that concludes the quick update, 20 minutes worth. I hope that people are enjoying the server, and we know we've been promising a Persian Gulf server now for a year. We are getting there. It's just complicated and frustrating because of DCS itself. Please just bear with us. We don't want to put something half-assed out or just copy what other people have done. We want it to be ours. So we will do our best over the next coming year to get that Gulf map out. Anyway, my name's Rob. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in Task Group Warrior. Thank you for playing on our server if you play on it. And remember, rule number 1, don't be a dick. Don't team kill. Try and just keep chill. Okay? Later, guys.